What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I'm back with another rogue Pokemon deck video. And this video is going to revolve around Okidogi, the insane single prize attacker with the Iono PAL ability. If this Pokemon has any dark energy attached, you get 100 extra HP and do 100 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Swinging for a base 70 and a base HP of 130 isn't bad. Getting the extra 100 to both is perfect two-shot numbers for pretty much any EX in the game, as well as being an insanely tanky single prizer. Arguably one of the best single prizes in the game to get that dark energy powered up. I know it's got the 2 fighting cost, which makes it a little tricky. So before I get into the rest of the deck, I just want to premise, in general, you want to get 1 fighting energy, of which we play 5, on top of 1 legacy energy or luminous energy. That way, when you have one of those rainbow energy attacks attached, you provide all types of energy, but just 1 at a time. So you're able to satisfy the fighting energy for the attack cost, as well as the dark energy for the extra ability bonus. So obviously, Temple of Sinnoh could kind of hurt because then you lose that HP, but just in general, this deck is insane when you get one of those rainbow energies attached, because for 2 energy, you're swinging 170 and have 230 HP. Now, to get into the rest of the deck, we are naturally playing Cornerstone Ogerpon. We already have the fighting energy, we're already playing a good basic fighting deck. I figured, you know what, let's get a little bit of defense in the deck. I always like a good Ogerpon. I think it's very well positioned in the format, as well as Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Just to have that 260 HP tank, just kind of a nice wall at the end to potentially attack for free, or maybe just 1 energy in the late game and swing 240, just take a big OHKO when you need it, is kind of essential. On top of that, speaking of one-shot KOs, we're playing Radiant Charizard with the same type of ability where we're attacking for less energy based on how many prize cards our opponent has taken. We're doing 250 damage, and although you're like, okay, fighting energy doesn't seem like the smartest idea in a fighting only deck, remember, we're playing pretty much 5 rainbow energies because our ace spec is also legacy energy to make our opponent take 1 fewer prize card when they KO that Pokemon. So essentially, Okidogi at 230 HP goes from a 1 prize Pokemon to a 0 prize Pokemon, which always feels very good. But on top of that, if we need to use it for Radiant Charizard and make this Pokemon worth 1 less prize, that's also huge, because we're swinging 250 energy with the rainbow energy. Just in case we are playing a 1 of fire energy, we are playing multiple copies of Crispin to make sure we're getting energy set up, as well as dark energy, in case we need to, manually attach our dark energy. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the attacking Pokemon. In terms of support, we are playing Munkidori with the Iono Brain ability to move damage counters off our Okidogi and just kind of fix some math just in case. We've already got the rainbow energy, so if we absolutely need, we can use Mind Bed as a backup attacker. If we need the Confusion Stall type of play, but in general, it's just going to be there to move damage counters around and heal up your Pokemon a little bit. For setup, we've got Cleffa with the Grasping Draw attack, where we can use it for free and draw until we have 7 cards in our hand, as well as Fezandipiti with Flip the Script, which is just a very, very overpowered ability, especially when you're trying to deal with like late game Ionos and stuff like that. And since we don't have a natural draw engine or anything, having Fezandipiti for the late game, specifically to prevent us from getting destroyed by an Iono, is kind of massive. Now, the consistency part of the deck. The things that make the deck function are going to be our insane supporter count. We're playing 3 copies of Arven to make sure we're getting our Pokemon set up. We've got a bunch of Nest Balls and stuff to set up all our basic Pokemon, as well as some fun tools in play. We got EXP Share to spread energy around, Lucky Helmet to give us that that kind of like mid-tier draw engine, as well as TM Crisis Punch for another option for the late game OHKO, on top of TM Devolution, which is going to be huge into those stage 2 decks that are hard to navigate, like Dragapult Charizard Hydreigon. The rest of our supporters were playing 3 copies of Crispin, so we could search for 2 basic energy, attach 1, and then use our actual manual attachment for the other since it goes to hand, as well as 3 copies of Hassel, where we can only use if one of our Pokemon was knocked out during our opponent's last turn, where we look at the top 8 cards of our deck, pick 3 of them, and then put those into our hand, shuffling the other cards. I think Hassel, I've played a deck similar to this before. I think Hassel was like the MVP of that matchup. I also played it in a single prize Bloodmoon Ursaluna deck, and Hassel again was insane in that deck too. I'm pretty sure that was the deck I played it. But just, I feel like a lot of times, like, you kind of just need 1 more card, maybe 2 more, and to have Hassel, in that like mid game, especially the late game where your deck is kind of like run down, you don't have many cards left, usually you can pull out what you need with Hassel. We're playing 2 copies of Iono just for the, standard hand disruption. Also give us a new hand if we need. 1 copy of Penny for the full heal effect, where you can just pick up the Pokemon, all cards attached, and just reduce, reuse, recycle, get them back in play. We're also playing 2 copies of Colress Tenacity to make sure we're finding our rainbow energies, as well as Artazon to make sure we're getting more of our basic non-rule box Pokemon in play to just keep consistently attacking. Oh, I also forgot to mention the tool Bravery Charm. It just puts Okidogi at 280 HP, which is V-star numbers on a single press Pokemon that is absolutely gross. So I'm kind of in love with one copy of Bravery Charm as well. For items, it's a very, very standard count. We're playing 2 copies of Counter Catcher. That's pretty much our only gust. We don't mind falling super behind because we're a single prize Pokemon. It might take a little bit to get a KO or 2. So just to kind of gust around and put some damage on some big attackers is kind of huge. Or take some big cleanups with Counter Catcher. We've got 1 Rod and 1 Night Stretcher as our recovery, just to make sure we're shuffling Pokemon, maybe a couple energy. Ideally, we're taking like maybe 1 Okidogi and a couple energy back with Rod, and then using Night Stretcher to get us like the missing energy piece, maybe the fire energy for Radiant Charizard or something like that, or Radiant Charizard itself if we got a rainbow energy or fire energy for the late game. We got 1 copy of Switch Cart just to get, you know, something out of the active if we need and do a little bit of healing, and 4 copies of Pokégear because again, this deck really relies off having the supporter you need when you need it. So we're definitely playing 4 copies of gear. I want to make sure we're pulling out Hassel if we need it, Crispin, you know, maybe an Arven to get like a Crisis Punch, something like that. Maybe a Penny full heal. Just kind of having access to more of your supporters without that draw engine is absolutely insane. I think if I had to change one thing, maybe, and this is a heavy emphasis on maybe, I would either cut 1 Pokégear or 1 Town Store for another Super Rod or Night Stretcher. It's always nice to have a little bit of recovery, especially if one of those pieces is Praz, which definitely happened to me in my warm-up game, and that just made it a little difficult. The matchup was still, I was still able to pull through. I was playing against a Lost Box, and I was still able to make it work. I was able to use Munkidori, get some damage on a Pikachu EX, and kind of just beat through with Okidogi, swinging for weakness. And take KOs that way. And I did have Night Stretcher prize, which made it difficult to get back. I don't even remember. I think I needed a Dark Energy because I had 2 with EXP share. But regardless, you know, just prizing 1 makes it a little annoying. So, you know, having access to both of those, maybe a little bit more, is kind of nice. Past that, I think that's pretty much it for the deck list. It's one of those deck lists where I feel like it's kind of hard to put it together in your head. So if you're a little confused, definitely watch me go through it. I feel like this deck flows a lot nicer than I thought. And as far as rogue decks goes, decks I would consider for a local, maybe even like a league challenge or a league cup or something like that. Like if you're looking for the spice, looking for something fun, this deck is definitely up there on one of the most fun decks I've played it in a while. It's very different. It hits hard. It's got tank potential. All around, it's just, I think, a fun pick right now. And I think it's got some honestly solid matchups, and I think that's what's nice about the meta, which I'm sure I'll get into at some point. But every deck's got some rough matchups. This one is no different. Obviously, this deck is gonna like auto lose to stall and something like that. But when you're fighting into like, you know, hard basic, like swing for insta KO every time EX decks like Miraidon, Raging Bolt, stuff like that, this deck actually does fairly well and even holds its own decently against Charizard and stuff. Even Hydreigon, because you kind of live through you know, Hydreigon's top attack, and you've got 230 HP, so, you know, this deck's definitely got some teeth to it. It's definitely a fun one. I can't wait to show it off. So, yeah, with that being said, let me jump into the video, but real quick, if you haven't seen, I got a TCG Player affiliate code. Use the link in the description down below to support the channel when you're going through TCG Player to buy any deck accessories, cards, decks, for any card game period. It's got it on TCG Player. Make sure you use my link to support the channel. Thank you to everyone who's been doing that, and just thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Seriously, y'all mean the world to me. So, that was an insanely long intro. Let's get into today's video and see if we can go 3-0 with the absolute dog, Okidogi EX. Welcome to match number 1. Our opponent won the coin flip, chose to go first, and we open up with honestly a pretty solid hand as far as I'm concerned. They're taking a mulligan. We can see they are playing Miraidon. Naturally, this game would be bugged. Oh wait, actually no, it loaded. It's got Bianca's Devotion. Oh, that's... Alright, so we're going to be dealing with Pikachu EX. We know that for sure. Bianca's Devotion is going to be, pretty annoying to work around, especially if we can't get Munkidori damage set up, and those 2 cards are actually massive for us. And you know what? I take it back. It might not be Miraidon with the, what do you call it, the Magnetons. It might be like a Terrapagos Pikachu deck, and there is the Pikachu EX with the Resolute Heart ability, and there is the Squawk ability. So I'm assuming my opponent will be using Terrapagos to go for the top attack, search your deck for 3 basic energies, and put them onto your Terra Pokemons. Pretty smart, actually. And this is definitely going to be a chaotic first match, definitely a tricky one. So what's hard about Pikachu is it's going to do insane damage to all of our Pokemon and take Okos pretty much all the time. So Munkidori, it's not likely we're going to be able to pull it off since we're not really going to have damage done to ourselves in any way. So that's definitely something we're going to have to look out for. But again, even if we're two-shotting a Pikachu, like, we can try to make that work. My opponent's already got a PAL pad in the discard. So, you know, if we could kind of just make it through. Oh, and Bianca's Devotion. All right, that's actually massive. I didn't process that. So if that's the only copy of Bianca's Devotion they play, we can make this work. Either way, I think we've definitely got some teeth. We got some stuff going for us in this match, and we got an insane hand. So I'm definitely going to bump their Pokestop. I don't want to run Pokestop. This deck does not have an insane amount of items. Honestly, I kind of just want to get myself set up as best I can. So what do I got in the deck? We got Ogerpon will be huge because we got Shred. Actually, Ogerpon is going to be insane, I'm not going to lie. I don't have a way to switch, so I think what I want to do is just get an Okidogi down on the bench. I really don't have a need to go for Cleffa. If I had Switch Cart, I'd consider getting Cleffa here, but now I'll get the Nest Ball, and I definitely want to have the threat of Ogerpon. Ogerpon is going to be insane this matchup. It will block the ability. You know, we have Shred, so we'll get through the ability for the KO. Well, I guess we don't do weakness. If we do that, we're two-shotting anyways. But regardless, we're not going to be taking damage from it because the Pokemon has an ability. So I will play the Pokégear, take out Colress's Tenacity. Honestly, a super fine card. And my opponent's going to concede. I guess one Ogerpon was all we needed. They definitely did not have a canceling Cologne or something, so I guess they called it a day. Yeah, there's probably going to be a fourth match in this video. That was a bit too quick, but I liked it. It was a fun start. I'll see you guys in match number 2. Welcome to match number 2. Where we open up with, honestly, pretty great hand, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we got Cleffa. If we could get Okidogi in this hand, I think this might be the best hand I could have asked for. And we're up against a Chien PAL Greninja deck. Okay, I have entered the back rooms of all back rooms. Lord only knows what I am up against. However, I am excited. My last match was solid. I mean, it wasn't bad. Obviously, I like to show off when the deck has more complete games, but I think that was just a good idea on what like some of the opening hands looked like, and it just kind of showed how we were able to get going. And Cornerstone Ogerpon going to work. I'm trying not to use it this video, so I just wanted that there just so you can see how Cornerstone Ogerpon could just solo a couple matchups by itself. So my opponent is definitely going to get going. They're going to get the nuts down, and they get in Manaphy, which is just going to be a wasted bench spot. And only one Frigibacks, which we don't really have the boss's orders to chase down. However, my opponent could also use Radiant Greninja to take out Cleffa, something else. Alright, this is going to be a little all over the place, but we'll make it work. Regardless, they definitely got the manual attach KO next turn. I need, ideally, Arven off a hand like that. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we got, yeah, Luminous Energy, Fighting Energy in hand. I like this. And then we got Colress's Tenacity in case we whiff the Arven to get Artazon out of the deck, so we could get an Okidogi down. Like, we just had an all-around kind of great hand. So I'm going to take a Nest Ball here. I am also going to take, honestly, maybe even a Lucky Helmet in case they KO. In the act, you know, just throw it on Cleffa, kind of draw 2 cards here. Although I guess we don't need it. I'd rather put it on an Okidogi because it's got a chance of living an attack. Let me just get the Bravery Charm. If my opponent wants to KO an Okidogi next turn, they need to have an absolutely perfect hand with bosses and everything to get Okidogi, Bravery Charm. I'm going to have the Luminous Energy on it. I'm gonna just get everything ready to rumble on this Okidogi. This guy's going to be set up for war. So we will get this guy ready to go. There's not many other cards I want to play this turn. I'm not going to be grasping. I'm not going to use Grasping Draw for a lot. I'm only going to use it for 2. I could play Fezandipiti, but that's a 2-prize Pokemon I just simply don't need in play right now, so I don't want to do it. I'm just going to Grasping Draw here, get Artazon and Radiant Charizard, which Artazon is amazing. Radiant Charizard is a lot less useful at this point in the game. Same thing with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, but it is not the end of the world. As long as my opponent takes a KO, we got access to Hassel instantly, which is going to be phenomenal. We got the Fighting Energy in hand, so I'm not as pressed to use Colress. If I could get an EXP share to put on a benched Okidogi, that would just warm my heart. And they got the Greninja EX. No shot you got Rare Candy Greninja EX, Rare Candy Baxcalibur. That'd be insane. That would be on the way to the insane hand my opponent could have to try to absolutely demolish an Okidogi. But we'll see. No, they got the energy on Chien PAL, and they're going to Shivering Chill for 2. Are the other 2 cards in their hand Rare Candy Baxcalibur or Irida or something like that? They did not play a supporter this turn. They, got rid of an Irida and a Superior Energy Retrieval. Wait. Okay, that might have been a misplay from my opponent, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Honestly, I could use a little bit of luck going my way. So if my opponent wants to misplay a little bit, it's all good. And they're going to use Hail Blade for 1 energy. Take out Cleffa. Nice and easy. There's not much I can do against that, and that is all good. We are going to get some good damage done on Chien PAL early and allow me to try to get after it, set myself up a bit better this turn. And we have access to Fez as well, which is going to be, again, massive. So we got another Luminous Energy. That's actually phenomenal if I could hit an EXP share off Hassel. I guess I could Fez for Arven first, because that would solve everything if EXP share is even in the deck. It is, yeah. I kind of want to Fez first. I don't mind benching Fez here. My opponent can Gust. That's all right. They can take out Fezandipiti. It'll put us on, you know, Legacy Energy will kind of put the work back for Fezandipiti. Actually, I didn't really check if that was in the deck, but that's not the end of the world. Let me try to get Arven here. Again, Arven's going to be our best friend. If not, we got Hassel. We can chase after it. And we got Gear. Okay, actually, and Crispin. This is perfect supporters for next turn. We get Penny. I could pick up Fez. Can I use? Can't use more than... Okay, I was going to say, can you use Penny on Fezandipiti to draw 6? That would be nuts. I can't, so I'm just going to Hassel here. Hope we draw into it. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. But every time, dude. Literally stop playing. In case they go for the KO, I probably won't need another Arven. I'd rather take Iono, I think, here. Or even another Hassel feels pretty good. I could wait a little bit longer for Iono. Let me take a Hassel. And I like the fighting energy in hand. However, I also like it in the deck for Crispin. But having another fighting energy is always pretty clutch. I could take the Nest Ball, just get down another Okidogi. That doesn't feel too bad. Or Munkidori, something like that. Although I don't really need Nest Ball. Let me take the fighting energy. Sorry, there's a lot to think through on that turn. I guess I just like having a backup fighting energy in case I need. But this is solid. Our hand's looking great. PAL is on thin ice. PAL's got 50 HP left. So they ideally need to retreat PAL into Greninja and start swinging with Greninja. Shinobi Blade, though, will not be KOing us. They will only be doing 170, and we do have KO, two-shot KO abilities on Greninja EX. 170 plus 170 is 340 damage, and I don't mind, you know, Greninja getting the first attack. We are still swinging hard, still getting after the big guy. So we'll make it work. We will definitely make this work with back-to-back Okidogis. And they got another superior energy retrieval for a bunch of energy there. And they got rid of Frogadier, which isn't too essential. However, we do have access to TM Devolution, which actually could devastate them if they get rid of 3-4 rare candies. How many have they gotten rid of? They've gotten rid of 2. If we ever see 4 rare candies hit the discard pile, don't mind if I swing with Devo and get rid of your only Bex and Greninja if I haven't dealt with it already. That would feel amazing. And they are going to load up PAL with energy and use Hail Blitz. Oh, that's shocking. I guess they want to take that Oko on Okidogi. You know, get after it now. I respect it. I respect it. They can use Shinobi Blade whenever they want. The most important thing is Fezandipiti still alive. It was not boss KO'd. So we still do have access to flip the script, which feels amazing. My opponent has to get rid of a whole lot of energy for just 1 prize card, which always feels so bad, dude. Like, that's insane. So here we could promote Okidogi, use Artazon again, and, you know, just rinse, repeat kind of what we've been doing. Take 2 prize cards, tie us up on prizes, and then start getting after it on Greninja EX. So, actually, another Luminous Energy. This is insane. All right, what do I got in the deck? How many Okidogis we got left? We got 1 Okidogi left. Do we have 2 in discard? We should have just 1, right? Yeah, okay. So when our active is KO'd, we definitely want to play Rod, which is prized. All right, we got Night Stretcher, so we'll need Night Stretcher for Okidogi. We got 3/3 left. Do we have the fire energy in hand? We do. All right. That's fine. That's fine. We got this. We chill. We chill. We did Artazon. We definitely need a manual attached at this turn. What supporter is best? Honestly, Crispin feels good. Hassel feels good. I don't hate using Crispin to just set up another Okidogi right now or get it mostly set up. You know, kind of get that fighting energy down so next turn it's a manual attach. I'm going to use flip the script before a Hassel or Crispin. Colress' Tenacity is definitely the one I don't need. Those cards don't really save me. I could use Pokégear, but like for what? There's nothing I really need to look for. Honestly, I like Crispin. I think Crispin's fun, dude. Right? Kind of just get after the energy. If I could get ahead on the energy acceleration, oh, that'd be dangerous. We definitely, we don't want that in our hand. We want the dark energy in our hand. I always flip Crispin by accident. I just forget how to read on the client. I always think it's like click which one you want in play. No, it's click which one you want in hand. From here, I like our setup. We got a manual attach on, Luminous Energy on Okidogi and swing next turn. Always feels great. So I'm going to take the KO on PAL, go up 2 prize cards. We are going to tie the game up here, which is pretty sweet. So I guess I'm not going up 2. I'm just tying. I'm taking 2. I'm tying the game up. And we get, there's the Devolution, man. That is exactly what I wanted to see. And I got double gear. So if I need to dig out an Arven, just guarantee the Night Stretcher and get a second Okidogi in play, that's going to be massive. Although, honestly, You know, I don't even think I need another Okidogi. We got Radiant Charizard and Bloodmoon Ursaluna. I might as well show them off, right? My opponent takes 3 prize cards, and Charizard's attacking for what, 2 energy? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Charizard attacking for 2 energy. Don't mind if I... Yes, they are gonna Shinobi Blade here. I'd be shocked if they don't take Iono. I mean, our hand is grossly massive. And, oh no, I know what play we're doing. I know what play we're doing. I am going to play the Luminous Energy down on Okidogi. I am going to Penny and tell my opponent to do it again. That is always a very feels good play when that you get to successfully pull that off. I will get the EXP share down, and I'm just going to rinse, repeat that Okidogi one more time. We ain't done, and that is, as far as I'm concerned, a perfect turn by us. Why can't I... Why am I able to play these fighting energy? What? Excuse me? Oh, Artazon here. I don't mind taking out a Munkidori. They probably won't take the KO. So I can start stacking up damage on something else, which feels pretty good. Maybe Manaphy, in case I get a cheeky KO that way. And it is bothering me that these are like this. Anyways, for now, oh, you know, TM Devolution actually goes crazy. TM Devolution would be really funny. And maybe... that Munkidori was a bad play, because they can Mirage KO it. Whatever. If they do that, they're not Shinobi Blading. They're not getting a card they need. They're still not doing significant damage on Okidogi. It's fine. It's fine. Well, good punch. I'm worrying too much. I kind of want them to take a prize card so Radiant Charizard could attack for even less energy. They didn't do it last turn. I forgot about that. And I forgot how clutch Penny is. Yo, this bug is going to drive me up a wall, right? It just stopped that energy thing. I was going to say, being able to play a card on my opponent's turn is going to drive me crazy. What did they get rid of with that superior energy retrieval? Nest Ball SVI. Alright, that makes sense. This is not essential cards. They're down 3 superior energy retrievals. They got 1 left. That's good. This is what's nice about this deck, unlike, you know, decks with finite resources and retrieval cards. We have such a disgusting amount of HP, you know, to use insane resources on. Okay, and they're going to take the KO Munkidori. Yeah, that was a misplay on mine. I did not need to put Munkidori down. I guess they would have put Okidogi at 2-shot rate. Yeah, you know what? They didn't get to search for a card. They got 1 card left in their hand. No draw engine. And we got a Luminous Energy on this guy. I could Hassel. I could flip the script, Pokégear. I don't even know what I want, but I mean, if I can have a bigger hand, I might as well, right? Crispin, yo, do I set up Radiant Charizard right now? Oh, I'm so tempted. I got Radiant Charizard Crispin in hand, and I am so ready to just let it rip. Actually, no, we got all our energy in hand. That would be a really bad idea now that I think about it. I guess Hassel would be better, wouldn't it? I could, no, Iono doesn't. Yeah, let's just Hassel. I could bench the Radiant Charizard. I can't get an energy attached. I'll do that next turn. We got Crispin. We could play... I can't really get... Yeah, let's just Hassel. Alright. I'm overthinking it. Just let me look at my deck. Get some fun things. Don't mind if I take a counter catcher. Don't mind if I do. I could put up to 3 cards. We got a Dark Energy, so actually we could pull off Crispin next turn. I don't want to take the Dark Energy, that's for sure. I don't want to take a Luminous in case my opponent plays Iono. I want to draw into another Luminous. Let me take, Nest Ball is good to thin, Artazon's good to thin. Actually, you know what? I don't need Artazon. Give me Arven just in case. So now we got kind of one of every supporter in my hand that I could use. And I still can't play the Fighting Energy even though it's got that glitch. The Nest Balls are kind of useless. I might as well just thin those out of my hand. And you know what I could do? I could Counter Catcher up Luminion. Right? And then next turn, although they'll just promote Arven PAL. And that's going to be a problem. And we got a good way to deal with Arven PAL next turn too. And we take a KO because we could just Radiant Charizard that guy. So I probably should bench it. You know what? I'm going to bench the Radiant Charizard so I could Crispin onto it. If they promote Arven PAL, we'll just use Radiant Charizard and take it out with Crispin. We got a Dark Energy with Crispin to attach, and then the Fire Energy in hand to just also attach manually then. We're going to take 2 prize cards here. Yeah, I don't need to trick the deck. We got it set up. We got it figured out. We're good. We're golden. I love it. This deck is insane, dude. This deck is ridiculous. But this is how many Stage 2 decks go. I think Hydreigon is the most difficult, and I forgot about Rod. I didn't even think about not playing Luminous Energy. That is insane. Actually, that is nuts. That we're this chillin' without legacy energy. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't remember. This deck is so much fun, dude. Definitely give this deck a play if you haven't. And they get the Bidoof down. I don't know if there's going to be enough time for Bidoof. I plan on winning next turn unless you play Iono right now, but I don't think you do. You got Shivery Chill for what? You got, actually, you got energy left. There's only 7 in play. Oh, you fail it. Maybe you just don't want to take it? That would be interesting. Why, though? Pokestop. Alright, you bumped my stadium. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no Pokemon I need. And Nemona. Okay, yeah, I feel bad. Maybe I'm beating up on a newer player. Because that Nemona's, I don't know why that's in the deck. I'm sorry, homie. It was a lot of fun. This was a great match. Definitely had some thinking involved. And they played very well if it is a newer player. And if it's not a newer player, please take Nemona out of your deck. You, if you're not a new player, should be too experienced to know that a draw 3, no additional effect is just generally not worth it in like 97% of decks. We're gonna get the fighting energy thrown down on Okidogi. That guy is ready to rumble. And now all we need is Crispin to go to town. We got Rod, so I can actually, we technically didn't get a basic energy in hand. I can check. Actually, I kind of even want a Pokestop just in case, or flip the script. No, we want a Pokestop. If I get rid of a Dark Energy, I can play Rod. I know I got a Dark Energy left, and that's going to be the most important thing for us. That's good. And Switch Cart. All right. So if I do mess it up in 8 trillion ways somehow, y'all could yell at me. That's fine. I do this all the time. Give me just an Okidogi. We don't want to clog the deck. You do need 2. You need 1 energy to attack. I'm a bad person. I thought you needed 2 this whole time. Never mind. Whoopsies. My bad. That's gonna wrap it up for game number 2. We are 2-0 with the deck. That was a longer game. Alright, I'm gonna play through another game depending on how long it is, because this is a, like, it's an all single prize deck essentially, so it takes kind of forever to finish matches. There's our Okidogi and our Cornerstone Ogerpon, which I didn't even think about using, but that also is a good attacker for GN decks in general. Anyways, I digress. Depending on how full the third match is, I might cut it at 3 just because I don't know, I feel like 45-minute-ish videos are pretty solid in general. The intro is longer, this match was longer. We'll get after it in match number 3. I'm yapping too much. I'll see you guys there. Peace. Welcome to match number 1. Our opponent chose to go, or 1, whoa, what? This is match number 3. That was bad. I'm going insane. It's too late at night for me to be doing this. We open up, we're going second. Our opponent chose to go first. They're playing Charizard EX, which is always rougher for us, and I got not the most perfect hand, to be honest. It's all good, though. We rockin'. We rockin'. I'll take another Okidogi. I don't need Munkidori yet. This is definitely going to be a Munkidori match, though. I do like it. I got a Dark Energy, which is not bad, but it's not perfect because it's not... Like, if it was a Fighting Energy, that would have felt a whole lot better. But we'll pass here. Charizard is not generally known for attacking first turn. So hopefully Cleffa's safe. If it's not, I'm gonna cry, but if it does get KO'd, I get access to Hassel. So, you know, we'll make it work. My opponent's gonna Charmander. They're gonna, oh my god, wow, I can't talk. Alright, that's it. I officially, 3 matches, too much. They're gonna Buddy Puffin for Charmander and Pidgey is what I wanted to say, but no, I just said they're gonna Charmander. And next turn, you know, I guess I don't mind taking an extra turn to set up against Charizard. You know, it's like, alright, we had a slower start. If my opponent's also having a slower start, so be it. Oh, that's gross, man. That is such a solid card to draw into. I'm going to throw this here. Yeah, I'm going to throw it on the other Okidogi. I want both these guys at 230. I don't want you boss KOing nothing. And I am not going to play Artazon. I'm not going to give that to you. I don't really want to play Town Store either, but I guess I could get some fun tools in play. I'm going to play Town Store. I'm going to get some fun tools in play. You know, actually, Devolution is about to go crazy this match. I'm about to watch my opponent's rare candies fly. Most importantly, though, I like the Lucky Helmet now. I like the Lucky Helmet now. Put it on, Cleffa. Yeah, that's appropriate. They'll probably take a KO on Cleffa next turn. It's more likely that they're playing Arven next turn and getting set up and taking the KO and Cleffa. I'd rather just draw 2 cards off. We're going to Grasping Draw. Get 6 cards, which is big. And that is a pretty sweet 6 cards. I mean, counter catchers are always nice to have. Most importantly, We actually didn't get anything past the, I guess Luminous Energy is pretty nice. Although if we attach Luminous Energy to Okidogi with the Dark Energy, it's not going to fully work because that's still not the perfect setup. If I attach it to the other Okidogi with the Luminous Energy, well, then neither are going to work because there's multiple special energy attached, so that's a little inconvenient. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's still good. It's always nice to have the special energy in hand. It just means you don't have to pray for Colress Tenacity for when you need it. But most importantly, my opponent evolved in Charizard EX, got evolved so he could attack Cleffa, hopefully give me two more useful cards. If not, we got access to Hassel, and I'm sure off Hassel, I'll pull off something I need. Even if it's just a fighting energy, like that would be perfect here. Or if I top that Crispin, get it off the Lucky Helmet, just something, man. Crispin would be great. Crispin would be awesome, especially if they don't bump the stadium, because then I could get EXP share and play with a different, Crispin would feel so good. They're going to Rare Candy evolve into Pidgeot. That is 2 Rare Candies down, 2 more. And I can start really punishing my opponent for playing a bulky Stage 2 deck and relying too much on Rare Candies. So I'm going to punish them for playing the candy before Badoo is out, which, by the way, I cannot wait for. If you haven't seen my Torterra video, I'm going to be revisiting that instantly. Actually, Charmeleon is annoying. That's fine. I'll accept that. We're going to draw 2 cards. They're going to take the KO. That is exactly what we wanted to see. We got EXP share off rip. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. All right, and a Nest Ball. So we got access to Fezandipiti too. This feels good. I'm going to promote Okidogi with the Luminous Energy, and I'm going to smack the EXP share on this guy for sure. What do I do after this? I don't know. I didn't really think that far ahead. Legacy Energy. Feels so great. All right. Let's thin the deck as much as I can before I use Hassel, just in case I draw into something cool. Give me the Bravery Charm. I'm not going to use TM Devolution yet. I'm going to attack this guy, then use TM Devolution, just so it gets KO'd and the other ones hopefully can evolve. I'll throw the Bravery Charm here. I'll smack the EXP share here. I'll use Nest Ball for Fez. No, I don't want to bump Town Store, because I want it to get me Devolution next turn. I could actually counter catcher up Charmeleon and take a KO that way. That would be pretty fun. But I actually like swinging into Charizard more. I just need a ground. I need a fighting energy. I guess it's the same thing. Y'all know what I meant. We're gonna flip the script. Now, let me get what I want off this. Take the stress off needing Hassel. Perfect. And Devolution. Oh, that's a game changer. And Pokégear. That script was flipped. That is massive. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna play Hassel. I don't need another. Do I need a different supporter? I don't think so. I guess Crispin would be nice, because then I could play Artazon. I could just get more set up. If I get Crispin, I'm going to change the course of events. We don't. We get Hassel and Iono. Alright, I'm going to take Hassel, and I'm going to play Hassel. Then hopefully they think I don't have another supporter in hand, and they don't know what I got coming for him next turn. So we're going to play Hassel. We're going to take Crispin. First and foremost, I'm going to take Penny too. What? And give me a fighting energy. I like having just a regular, degular fighting energy in hand. Penny's going to be crazy, though, because my opponent hopefully should not be taking the KO this turn. I'm then going to attach the fighting energy, and I'm going to swing for 170 damage on my opponent's Charizard EX. They will not be able to KO me this turn. They will just be swinging 180. Actually, I don't think they could KO a single Pokemon I have in play. Defiance Band wouldn't work. They need to play like Max Belt or something to go after Fezandipiti and take 2 prize cards that way, which would be crazy if they do. And if they really do that, I guess I'll accept it. Like, there's really not much I can do. They didn't get a Duskull or Dusknoir in play, so I don't have to worry about that type of damage yet. I will worry about that, however, when my opponent gets there, which will probably be now if they want it. Like, I feel like if they play the Dusknoir line, that quick search needed to be Arven for a Buddy Poffin to get him down, but no, they're going to get down a Charmander. Alright. And a fighting energy down. Fire, excuse me. And then they could just swing for good damage. I could Penny. Although Penny still doesn't get me the KO, I'm not going to lie. I'll save the Penny play for later, question mark. Penny's not going to work later, is it? No, it is not. Maybe Penny was less cool than I thought. Maybe it was. I didn't really think this through, did I? Penny's not going to work. Like, at all. Because I could Penny this guy up. But then I promote this Okidogi who can't attack yet. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't really use my brain on that one. My brain did not brain. That's okay. I'm gonna throw the Legacy Energy on this guy. I just want everything at the most full HP it could be at. I want to take 2 prize cards here. I should have saved the Bravery Charm for the benched Okidogi that doesn't have a tool attached. That, I think, was a small misplay on my end. I definitely didn't look into that one as hard as I should have. I just saw the Bravery Charm play, and I'm like, it would be fun, so I did it. And I guess I'm regretting it a little bit, but not much. We're fine. Let me get the 2 energy attached. Let's take the dark energy into our hand in case I want to run Munkidori. Let's throw the fighting energy on this guy, so this guy's ready to rumble. And I think here, our best play, I'm tempted to counter catch out Charmeleon and take a KO, but I think just KOing Charizard EX feels better. It just feels good. I don't need to get rid of Town Store, especially if my opponent does play Iono. I wanted to search back Devolution. They've only taken 1 prize card. I'm thinking too much. I need to stop thinking and start swinging, man. I gotta trust the dogs. I gotta trust Okidogi gonna get after it, because that's my boy. Alright, we're gonna take those 2 prize cards. We gonna jump. We gonna move on. What do we got? Ogerpon. Yo. Cornerstone Ogerpon, I'm just saying, the little lockout damage will go crazy. I didn't even think about using this guy. Having a 1-of Ogerpon in this deck just feels too good. It feels too fake, man. It's like, that's too easy. I want to use Devolution. but if worse comes to worse, man, I'm falling back on Ogerpon. That's fine. I got no problems with it. I don't feel that bad. It's a Charizard deck. I'll do what I gotta do. I'm gonna try to win. That is the most important thing. So my opponent can evolve Charmeleon, excuse me, to Charizard EX. I want to see a 3rd rare candy played, like, so bad. I want to see them get that. Do they have another energy? They might not, actually. They've played 5 energy. Yeah, they got nothing left. That's all their energy. Okay. And they Iono. Yeah, I knew they were going to Iono. That's why I didn't want to get rid of Town Store. Because I need to Town Store for Devolution at some point. I lied. We got Arven. It's not as crucial anymore. Still feels like a good play, though. We actually got a pretty insane hand, not going to lie. Especially knowing I can just fall back on 2 different Okidogis. Because them just simply taking a KO means that I can move an energy, right onto my Okidogi with the benched one with the EXP share, get the fighting energy here. And I do have an Iono. I could play it myself. Would Arven be better? Ideally not. I like Crispin to get another fighting energy on the benched Okidogi, so that one's just got all basic energy. It saves my Rainbow, make Radiant Charizard more efficient. Let's promote this guy. Actually, you know what? This guy's set up. In case I whiff the energy, I don't want to promote him yet. I'll wait till he gets KO'd. I'll move another fighting energy if I need to. We got the Night Stretcher. I can get the fighting... Oh, no, I don't have fighting energy in discard. Never mind. I don't want a Devolution yet. I like Iono. I'm putting my opponent down to 4 cards. It's not bad. I want to see if I can get a different supporter. Something a little more useful. I like Crispin. I like Pokégear. I like Hassel. Hassel would be tempting because I don't want to use the Nest Ball yet. I really don't. Why, though? Why would I not use the Nest Ball yet? I'm sure. Oh, for Radiant Charizard next turn. They've taken Super. I do want to save the Nest Ball. I'm not gonna lie, because I can't use Artazon for Radiant Charizard. I'm gonna Pokégear. Give me. Nope. I did not get the Hassel. All right. I'll take another. I'll take a Crispin just so they know I got it. And they might play another Iono is the tricky thing. I could play Arven now. They got 6 cards in hand. I don't mind playing Iono either. But the thing is, my hand is good for next turn. Like, having access to a couple Crispins always feels good. Let me... I don't want to use Arven because in case they bump the stadium, dude. I guess I could just search it out now. Just put it in my hand. If they get rid of it, I play Arven. And I take it back. Right? And then I could Nest Ball. Because next turn I could Nest Ball for Radiant Charizard if I really want Radiant Charizard that bad. I got Crispin. 2. So most importantly, I think this turn... Actually, I could even take the Ogerpon here. Kind of see what my opponent's got in store for us. Let's do that. That's a fun play. That's a fun play. I like that. And then I did manual touch this turn. Actually, I don't know if I did. We're going to Crispin. I'm not going to put any energy on this bench Okidogi. I'm just going to take a fighting and a dark. Actually, that's the last dark energy. Oof. I don't necessarily want to play that. One in my hand. I'll put the dark energy in my hand. I think I didn't play an energy. I want the fighting energy on Ogerpon. Did I play an energy? Nope. Alright, I'm going to throw the dark here. I can't use Munkidori. Oh, well. They have to deal with Ogerpon. That's going to be infinitely more annoying. They know I got TM Devolution in hand. I don't really want to play Artazon. I don't want them to get a Duskull in play if I can avoid it. I think the most important thing is going to swing 170 so that this guy gets KO'd. So even though they didn't use Rare Candy, I'll be taking a prize card because it's got 170 damage onto it. And then if they Rare Candy evolve their Charmander, I'll also be devolving Pidgeot and Charmander. They'll have just one Rare Candy left in the deck, so they'll essentially be able to evolve either, but not both. So they're going to Arven here, show me the Rare Candy. I showed you Devolution. That's the other thing I wanted to avoid. I didn't want to tell my opponent I played TM Devolution, but here it is. They got the Rare Candy TM Evo. They might play multiple Charmeleons, especially if they don't play Dusknoir. That would be something to deal with. But I can. I'm not sweating it too much. Again, we got Cornerstone Ogerpon. I could fall back on so many different types of things right now. It's not even funny. But I want to do the Devolution play. So I think regardless, I'm going to promote Ogerpon. And just leave a setup Okidogi on the bench. I mean, that never hurts, man. Okidogi is a ridiculous single prize Pokemon. Yeah, they're going to quick search here. So, actually, what did they Town Store? Did they take anything? Oh, TM Evo. What did you get off Arven? 2 Evos. They definitely play multiple Charmeleons. There's no way. There's no way you don't. That would be annoying, I'm not going to lie. If they manually evolve Charmander to Charmeleon this turn, ugh. I'm hoping they go Rare Candy into Charizard EX. That would feel so much better. I know they got Candy in hand. They got the Fire Energy. Rare Candy, Charizard EX. Right? You got Ultra Ball. Come on. Man, this is stressful. I'm just kidding. It's really not that bad. We're feeling pretty good. They get rid of both Evos. I got no idea what my opponent's doing. My opponent's big braining. They got a plan. They got action. They got the route. They see the line. And I see my line. Right now we have to see whose plan is better. I like this matchup. This is a matchup I wanted to see. It's Okidogi you can't sleep on. And I think my opponent's sleeping on the power of this guy. I could even use Radiant Charizard to use TM Devolution for free. But that seems like a cop-out. I want that energy in play. I want you to just deal with Ogerpon. Because then if you evolve in the Charmeleons, Charmeleon might have the ability. You'll have to use just Charmanders. That's not going to do much. They're going to take 0 prize cards because of Legacy Energy. That feels good. And then I am going to promote the Ogerpon. I got TM Devo in hand. I think here's kind of where I just run away from it a bit. We got Rod. I don't know if I need Rod, to be fair. We could take back a couple Okidogis. I'm going to wait until I get a basic energy in the discard pile. I don't hate Iono. Again, not totally necessary. Don't hate Arven. I think we're just going to flip the script first. I don't really need to play any of these supporters. I really just want to Hassel, I guess. Night Stretcher as well. This hand is insane. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting blessed up too much. There's so many things I just don't need right now, though. Like, these are all... I'm kind of just ahead. So, I guess I'll take a Nest Ball and Crisis Punch. Maybe a Switch Cart in case they try to stall me. I don't have to play the Nest Ball, though. I could just take... Nah, you know what? We'll take the Switch Cart. It's not the end of the world. Because then I could play Artazon next turn. I got the Bear in hand. That's like good enough. And Iono. Yeah, I got plenty of things. We're gonna Devolution here. I could have Crispin to set up the Ogerpon, but like I knew I was using Devolution, so it's like, what's the point? We're good. I'm gonna devolve everything. They got 1 Rare Candy left in their deck, and I'm taking a prize card off that Charmeleon, right? Yeah, they got 1 Rare Candy left. That was a great time. I didn't want to wait till they used 4 because like, what if they didn't use 4? You know, it's like, what's the point of waiting? I had a great access to it at the moment, and now my opponent is stuck. You could get 1 Pidgeot or 1 Charmander. Regardless, their hand's looking tiny considering half of it is evolved Pokemon. If they have their 4th Rare Candy in place, so be it. There's not much I can do about that. But we'll cross that road when we get there. For now, we got Crispin in hand. We got Colress' Tenacity in hand, too. You know, I could just use that and just take a Luminous Energy, just smack it on Ogerpon, because at this point, we can. Like, it really don't hurt. They got... Oh, my God, you play Pidgeotto. They're going to manually evolve up to Pidgeot. That's crazy. That's crazy behavior. That's insane. I'm so tempted to get, like, steady fire breathing. Oh, no. I was going to say an Iron Bundle in this deck, but I don't know. I don't think I really need it, to be honest. I want to Iono. I want that Pidgeot out of their hand so bad. I think I'm going to. I think I'm gonna. Our hand is pretty good, but like, I could find all this stuff later. I'm in no desperate need for it. I could shuffle the deck with Town Store at any point. We had plenty of good cards in our hand. There's not many I needed at the moment. And we got Pokégear back. Oh, and Munkidori. That feels good. Alright, we got the energy too, actually. Oh my god. I was gonna say, if we don't attack here, it's not the end of the world. We got the energy. It don't matter. We attacking. We're not done. I lucked out. I definitely lucked out a little bit, but regardless, my opponent's in a tough spot. This is the turn for Briar. If they don't evolve, they're cooked, because I'm going to be taking a KO on Pidgeotto. This might be a 3-0. I hate to speak it early, but I'm feeling really good. I mean, and I still had that misplay with the Bravery Charm, too. Yeah, they just pass it on over to us. Ogerpon is going to walk me through the end of the match, and we are going to take some huge KOs. We didn't even use Ogerpon for its ability. We pretty much use that thing as a TM Devo machine. So we're going to take our last prize card, only because my opponent has no Pokemon left in play. They are going to lose the match because of that. We are going to go 3-0 with the dogs. I feel like that was a very full video without a fourth match. I think the deck was showcased in its entirety for the most part. This deck is legitimately so much fun. I'm not even joking. I'm planning a home tournament with my friends. If any of them are watching this video, you might be seeing Okidogi. That is a possibility on the next crazy deck I played in my home tournaments. And if that tells y'all, you know, the other viewers something, I do like this deck. This deck is solid. It's a lot of fun. Definitely give it a play. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, TCG player link in the description down below if you want to support the channel. Thank you to everyone who does. Of course, it is not necessary. I don't want to force it on anyone. I am just appreciating you for being here. So thank you. With that being said, stay epic. Peace.